So hi, awesome ones. Well, I know I look a little two-faced right about now, but there's a good reason for that. I want to show you 8 mistakes that women, especially older women over 50, tend to make with their makeup. So as you can see, I just look a little overdone over here and maybe even more aged looking. And over here, I'm looking much more natural. So let's take a look at the 8 mistakes and how to fix them. All right, so I adjusted my lipsticks for the rest of the tutorial because it was looking a little bit weird, but I'll get to the lips a little bit later. First of all, let's talk about mistake number 1. And mistake number 1 is not using an eye primer on your eyes. Now, some of you maybe even never heard of an eye primer, but what an eye primer does is it really kind of seals in the eye and also allows the makeup to stay on and not look so oily. So you can see the difference between the 2 eyes here. This one has gone oily and it's getting smudgy, where this one is staying on very, very nicely. And I put them on at the same time. Now, especially if you wear glasses, you know, and you're doing a lot of sweating on your eyes there, you can really run the makeup. So I use the NYX eye primer, and it's just absolutely lovely. It looks like this. And what I do is I use a little brush like this, just sort of put it just on the eyelid and a little bit above where the eyeshadow can really adhere to it. And it also fills in some of your wrinkles. So the next mistake is the eyeliner. And I know this is just naturally smudged around, but what I did was I put a very thick eyeliner here. I made a bit of a cat's eye, and I also put liner on my waterline here and a little bit heavier underneath. And what ended up happening is it really gives a harsher look to the eye. And a lot of times, hey, I'm guilty of this as well, where I did this a long time ago when I was younger, so why can't I do it again? But it really is a harsh look. And also putting the liner on the waterline, it could be a little bit dangerous for infections, but wait till you see my new product. I just absolutely love it. It's from a company called Pure, and it's amazing. Here, let me just try to open it up here, if I can get it open for you guys. It comes with 2 eyeliner pens, and you're thinking to yourself, 2 of them? What do I need 2 for? Well, one is for the right eye, and one is for the left eye. And what I did, let me see which eye I have here. Okay, that's the left one, and this is the right wing. All right, so first of all, you have 2 ends, as you can see right here. And what I did with the liner part was I just very, very lightly did a line right along my eyelashes, okay? Just very, very thin, not thick like this one. And then this is the best part. Do you see the little, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a little bit of a it's really a wing upwards here that you can see. I hope you can see that. And that's a stamp on the end of this. Let me just show you this. This is so incredible. There's the stamp, and that's what makes the wing. Isn't that incredible? And there's one for the left side, there's one for the right side. I'm gonna try to stamp it here again for you. I put this makeup on this morning, so maybe, but there you go. See how it just makes the stamp right there? It's just the best thing. And you know, no more do you have to make a little wing or a cat's eye and it's like all crooked or something. This is just making it absolutely perfect. And by the way, I'll have the links to the products that I just showed you underneath the video description and also in the comments. All right, so let's stick with the eyes, because when you're wearing mascara, especially if you're wearing glasses, a lot of times your mascara, if it's a long day with makeup on, it will start to transfer underneath your eyes and you start to get these raccoon eyes. So what I would suggest is use a waterproof mascara. And I just put a W on this one so I know the difference between the two. And I usually put it actually right on the wand there. But This is the waterproof one by CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and if you've been following me, you know I love the CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and this is the regular. So for those days where they're going to be a long day, a lot of times I just want to be extra careful with the waterproof mascara. And also, waterproof mascara is a little bit harder to take off, so I'm also going to put a link for my favorite mascara remover, and that's by Estee Lauder. Next, let's talk about our concealer. And it's so important, like a lot of us have bags under our eyes. I've got those dark lines under my eyes. And I do love the Hydro Boost by Neutrogena, and my color is light. As you can probably see here, there's a lot of moisturizer in the center of this, so it's quite a nice concealer. But for my dark circles under here, well, dark lines, I guess they are, I like to use IT Cosmetics by Under Eye. So what I do is, for this concealer, I use a brush like this, and then for the by Under Eye, because I'm just doing the line under here, I'll just kind of, you know, dab it very lightly underneath. But what I'm left with, if you can see on the don't eye or the mistake eye, I'm left with a really shiny kind of concealer look here. And I don't want that, but I don't want to pile on all kinds of powder too, because that's going to really emphasize my wrinkles. So what do I do? Well, I got a brand new product for you guys, and it's by IT Cosmetics again. It's called Bye Pores. And what it is, it's a very matte, translucent powder, and it comes with a little powder puff like this. And all I do is I just dab it on under my eyes, and you can probably see this one I haven't put it underneath, and it's all shiny and everything, but on this one I have, so it's taking down that shine. But also, what we don't want to look like is the opposite of a raccoon, where we've got all this white underneath my eyes, and I used to have that in a lot of videos. Some of you guys pointed it out. So now I'm using this product, and then I can just go over with a little bit of blush underneath, because it's powder on powder, and what I'm doing is I'm just evening out my skin tone a little bit. So next, let's talk about our lips. And I know many of us, we've got those above the lip wrinkles, right? And it tends to make a lot of our lipsticks kind of bleed upwards, and I've got a solution for that. And it's this great lip liner, and as you can see, it's transparent. It's by Rimmel, and basically what you do is you outline around your lips, just like this, and it really helps the lips. All right, so another thing, I know I'm looking like two-faced with the two lipsticks right now, but there's a really good reason for that. If you have lighter skin, here's another tip for you. Try not to wear the darker lipstick. It tends to really bring, you know, the eyes towards the lips, and if you do have those lip wrinkles, they're really kind of seeing the bleeding going on and all that sort of thing, but it's just also a harsh kind of look for you. And if you see the difference here between this look and this look, you can see that it's just a more softer look and also a little bit more youthful. And if you're liking these kinds of tips, I would love for you to follow me here. I think down there somewhere there's a subscribe button, and I'd love for you to join us. And also don't forget that every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm live at amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50, where I browse all kinds of items in makeup and skincare and fashions and housewares, and it's really a lot of fun. We just kind of kick back like girlfriends, and if you miss it, the address again is on the screen here, but it's a lot more fun to be there. So the next mistake is foundation. A lot of women are using a foundation that has like 24-hour power or something like that, and it's very flat. It's almost like a pancakey kind of foundation, or even worse, they're using powder, like a powder that's the color of their skin, and it's really showing up the wrinkles. I love, and I still love, this one from Shiseido. It's called Synchro Glow, and it just gives my face a really nice glow, and my color in this is Rose 2. Now, another little trick that I do, which a lot of women don't do, is I'm using a highlighter, and this one's really reasonably priced. It's by e.l.f., and a lot of celebrities, especially the older celebrities, I notice that they use this highlighter too. And I don't know if you can tell too much here, but on the one side it's just blush, no highlighter, but on this side I've just got a little bit more of a glow, and I put a little bit here, I put a little bit here, and also I use a little brush like this, and I put it in between my eyes for just a little more of a sparkle sparkle. So let's look at the two faces again. One side, it just looks older, a little tired, and it's shiny in all the wrong places and dull in all the wrong places as well. And the other side, it just looks softer and much more youthful. And you know what? That's why I'm here. The beauty companies these days, they're really, really working hard to make products just for us older women, and I'm running out and I'm buying up the products, I'm trying them on, and just like my grandmother used to say, Heather, wear a little bit of rouge and a little bit of lipstick. However, these days I'm really hunting for the right kind of lipsticks, if you know what I mean. And I just want to take a moment here to thank you. You know, I'm so glad that you're here. I love what I do, and I'm just so happy if I'm helping to make your life just a little bit more awesome.